Hello, Salve Discipulis or Salvete Discipuli. My name is Magister Costello. Today we're going to be talking about Latin for Children B, Chapter 16. Latin for Children B, Chapter 16. Latin for Children B, Chapter 16 starts with the declension of duo. Duo is the number 2, and it's an adjective. It's always used, numbers are always used as as adjectives. Now the declension of duo, declining duo, means that it's irregular. So it doesn't match up exactly to what we want for this number, which is why we have our own specific chart for it. In this case, I would suggest matching up, the regular case endings to these endings, maybe even using an adjective chart to help you here. And notice the differences and similarities. Point out that the reason why we look for differences and similarities is to help you to understand that they're to help you remember. So we have duo, duorum, duobus, duos, and duobus, which is the masculine. We have due, duorum, duobus, duos, duobus for the feminine, and duo, duorum, duorbus, duo, duobus for the neuter. There isn't much to say other than that it's a irregular, declining adjective, and that we just need to memorize it that way. It's one of the few exceptions. New vocabulary. We have centum, which is 100. We have mille, milali, which is milalia. Sorry, let me say that correctly. Mille and milia, which is thousand and thousands. We have conservo, conservare, conservavi, and conservatum, to keep and preserve. We have servo, servare, servavi, servatum, to save. We have salveo, salvere, to be well. We have debeo, debere, debui, and debetum, to owe aught. And we have valeo, valere, valeri, and valetum, to be strong. We have pecunia, feminine, money. We have pena, which is penalty, punishment. We have rosa, which is rose. We have sententia, which is sentence, opinion. And we have vita, life. I would actually break out into talking about derivatives at this time and point out some of very common derivatives, especially with sententia. But conservo is a word that also sounds very like our word here in English, and a couple of these things. We have a review vocabulary, which is ventus, wind, capilius, which is hair, velum, sail, serenus, calm, and bonus, good. A couple adjectives there to go with our review vocabulary. The declension of duo for your grammar lesson. I've already talked about that it's irregular and there's really not much to say about it. Otherwise, you just have to memorize it. So we'll move on to what the bulk of this lesson is, which is Roman numerals. This is kind of funny that we're chapter 16 and we're only now getting to Roman numerals. It's something that actually is taught in math classes now. So I find that Latin books don't actually talk about it that much because you do have to teach about it in regular math classes because it's used everywhere. But they go over that the I is 1, the X is 10, the C is 100, and that the M is 1,000. The V is 5, the L is 50, and the D is 500. I have a wonderful student named Liv in my class, and using all capital letters, she is 54. So we kind of make that her little nickname. And I hope that you can do something similar with one of your kids too. It's just kind of fun to play with these numbers. There's also a few Roman numeral books out there that you can read about the Roman numerals. Roman numerals are all about math. So you add everything together. So if it's CD, it is C 100 and D 500, and you add them together to make 600. The grammar lesson talks about how math is used to find your number. I think it's a very clear, easy lesson here. For example, they have IV, 1V, which is using math, you have to subtract 5 minus 1 because the I is before. Oh, sorry, before I did that wrong. I said CD, which is actually D minus C, which is 400, not 600. I apologize. You do have to check yourself there a little bit. So if it's before the bigger number, if the little number is before the bigger number, you have to subtract that. So we have and they give you the list of the Roman numerals up to 20 right there. They have a really awesome picture today in this lesson of a glass drinking horn, which I find fascinating, and I taught about that a little bit. For your translation page on your memory worksheet, you have a few words that are not in the nominative, so just be careful about that with that. And then it's a pretty regular memory worksheet. For the C grammar question, why doesn't duo have any singular forms? Because duo means more than one, it means two. So it's not a singular word. That's why. And then for the grammar question, students get confused when they say Arabic. That is the number system we use. We use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is Arabic, not Roman numerals. So you just have to have them distinguish between those numbers, and the formal name of what we call our numbers is Arabic numbers, and the formal name that we call Roman numerals is Roman numerals. Generally, we would just say numerals or numbers. So on page number 133, we're working through our translation. Students should be getting really good at this by now, parsing out these words and finding out the definitions. I don't spend too much time on the sentence patterns. And then your activity worksheet is pretty straightforward. You have to find the derivative based on the Latin word in the parentheses. And then your quiz page. So this is a pretty straightforward lesson. It talks about derivatives, it talks about Roman numerals, how careful we have to be with Roman numerals because you can make a mistake like I did in the lesson. And just be very, it's just a fun, easy, simple lesson. This is a great lesson to do your history reader with because the kids can finish early. And then you can go on and do your history reader, and then you can talk more about the Roman numerals on the top of the page. So, thank you very much. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you back here for lesson 16. Thank you.